What's going on YouTube? So today's video we do have the new NEARSTREAM wireless microphone here. This is a 2-pack, so you have 2 microphones and 1 receiver. Now excuse my voice if I sound weird, I am sick right now, but I wanted to get this video out as soon as possible. Without further ado, this is the packaging. I did obviously already open this because I had this for a project that I was working on, and it arrived on the same day, so I was pretty excited, as you could tell, for the packaging. This retails for about $100. I'll leave a link in the description if you decide to purchase. As you can see, this is what the case looks like and everything like that. On the back of the box, it shows the model number, so this is AWM20T. They also have a single version, which is I think $20 less, but honestly, just get the 2-pack. It makes sense. I ended up getting rid of some of my older ones, and then I ended up needing one. You know, it's good to have 2 than not have 2. Let's get into it. So this is the packaging. It comes in a hard shell case with all the accessories and everything else like that. And then it comes with a user manual here and NEARSTREAM warranty card and some other stuff right there. So here's the hard shell case. It's got the NEARSTREAM logo right there and the little pull zipper, I guess you could say. I like this. So here it is, the charging case, USB-C, just like that. You have 2 of the microphones. As soon as you take it out of the case, it automatically turns on and starts pairing. So you don't have to press any buttons whatsoever, which is just a game changer in my opinion. I wish a lot of these would do that. So as you can see, it immediately turned on and started working. So you don't have to do anything when it comes to pairing, but they do have the on and off buttons here if you want to turn it off manually. You pretty much never have to do that. I'll go over the rest of that in a bit. Let's go through the accessories. So you have the wind muffs here. Let's take some of these out real quick. So that's one, and then there should be another one in there. USB-C to C audio cable. You also have a charging cable. This is a 2-pack. You also have your camera cable, your phone cable, so TRRS. This part is for the phone, and this part's for the microphone. Another windscreen, and then you also do have this OTG adapter. It's very small, so don't lose it. It's a USB-C female to lightning male, so you can use your audio USB-C to C and plug it directly in your phone. This is a game changer right here. Not a lot of microphones do this, where you can easily plug in your phone without an OTG like I'm using right here, where you have to use an audio jack. It's just a USB-C to C. So this is why this is one of my favorite microphones. It's hard to find some of them that work like that, but this one works like that, so it's amazing. So that's why I just have mine right here, because all I need is that, and then I'm good to go. Everything else is kind of just stored up here just in case, but microphone, hard shell case, you could stand it up on its side right here or on the bottom. When you take them out, they all connect. As you can see, the magnetic prongs in there, and then it does show the milliamp ratage. So this is a 5-volt 1200 milliamp, and then it shows it's a 1300 milliamp case for the battery. So this should give you about, I think, 3 charges, I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. So yeah, you have the display here, which is easily visible. Right now it is flashing on camera just because of the frame rate. So you have the battery indicators. These are pretty much always going to be fully charged as long as you have them in the case. On the right hand side of the lav mic, you do have your noise canceling button, so it'll turn green when you have noise cancellation on, and on here it'll indicate that it is active right there. So there you go. You also do have a mute button underneath that button, so it shows you which one microphone goes on mute. It'll highlight red on the A or B channel. Now, one thing that I wish this did have is to differentiate between a mono and a stereo track. That way you can individually change, edit, and mute certain tracks when someone's not talking. It doesn't do that. It's just a mono track. So you're basically going to be able to have one solid audio recording for both people at the same time. And if they're like sneezing or whatever in the background, you'll hear that. And FYI, I wish it was, but it's fine. You do have the clip, which is very secure and very nice. This doesn't drag on your shirt like the Rode Wireless. As you can see here, the Rode Wireless is dragging the microphone a lot because it's super heavy. If I put this down here for a second, clip it on my shirt, it's not really dragging. And you barely even notice that it's there. This I can easily tell it's there because it's super heavy and it drags. These are very lightweight, which I really appreciate. If you guys made it this far, I really appreciate if you guys dropped a like on the video. These videos take a lot of time, money, and effort in order to make. I'm sick right now, so it means a lot if you guys drop a like on the video. On the back, it also does show the specifications. It's 140 milliamp battery capacity, So these are both about 150, so that's 300 milliamps right there. And this is a 220 milliamp battery capacity. So it's about 550 milliamps, we'll round it off. And then the case, like I mentioned, is a 1300 milliamps. So you can charge it about 3 times, which is really nice. So you don't have to charge the case until... Now the battery indicator status on the case is just 4 white or blue dots, which is pretty good, but I wish it was more accurate with the battery percentage, like the Godox one that I have. I don't think I released the video on that, but that's that. Now the way you could tell which way is which is that there's a little indent right here on the side. Match that up with that little dot. That dot, by the way, is the battery indicator status. So whenever this is the battery is dying on this, it'll start flashing, and I believe it flashes red. You can also obviously tell by the receiver here, which is pretty cool. It does have an auto dim brightness whenever you're not using it, and then you do have a volume right here on the right hand side. I like to keep it on the second one because that's where it doesn't peak all the time. You do have an aux out port, a headphone monitoring. You also do have USB-C for audio as well. These all do have your USB-C if you want to hardwire charge it. I think it is faster, but don't quote me on that. Let's go ahead and show you the sound quality on it right now. All right, so I'm going to show you how to quickly pair this. Like I mentioned, you basically just have to plug this in, the receiver, the USB-C to C end, and then plug it into your phone, and just like that, you're starting to go record. All right, now let's start recording. All right, so now we have the lav mic on. We have both of them turned on, so you can hear both of them at the same time, which is kind of a bummer, because if you didn't want to hear 2 people at the same time, you want to mute someone at one moment, like if they sneeze or whatever, you can't do that. Anyways, but the sound quality is amazing. I also did notice that the noise cancellation feature is actually really good. It doesn't sound crappy like some of the other microphones that I've heard having gimmicky noise cancellation on some USB microphones or lav microphones in general. This actually does a really good job. It sounds a little bit more natural. Obviously, it might sound like you're just on a call or something like that. Sometimes they do sound like that, but this sounds good. And I will show you a noise cancellation test, but first I'm going to just show you what it sounds like right now. There we go. So this is what it sounds like with minimal noise cancellation. So there's not a whole lot of background noise. Alright, so now we are doing the real and raw test. So number 1, we are doing a noise cancellation test as well as the fully raw audio. We're going to also give you a breakdown of the quick review of the real raw audio test. And then I do edit my audio, so that's what you heard mostly on the other part and what you're hearing right now. So first we are in the first mode that entire time. Now we're going to go to the second mode for the air purifier test. So now we are in the second mode for the air purifier test. This is what it sounds like when you have noise cancellation turned on, as you can see from the green indicator status on the microphone itself. Now we're going to the third mode for the noise cancellation test. This is the third mode for the air purifier. This is what it sounds like. And this is what it sounds like when you turn on noise cancellation for the third mode with this noise cancellation test. So for the real audio, we're going to be showing you right now. This is what it sounds like for the real audio. Before, we weren't basically taking out noise, we were only taking out the little hiss that you do hear with this. So you can hear now. You definitely do have to edit that out when you are doing post-production because it's going to be very annoying. So you can't use this for live streaming, I wouldn't recommend. But it does get the job done. There's 4 things that I don't like about this microphone, or 4 improvements that this microphone needs. That's one of them. Let's go on to the next 3. No microphones are ever perfect, really. There's always some nitpicking for certain users, but for the majority, I would speak on this. So, number 1, add a stereo track. Make sure you can change it between mono and stereo. Number 2, eventually add in those magnetic features that most microphones do have. That way you don't have any shirt dragging. If you don't have a shirt or a collar to clip onto, you can easily clip it on magnetically to pretty much anything. So add magnetic features as well. Number 3, I would also add a battery indicator status on the case itself. But other than that, those are the 3 big changes that I would change on these microphones. Other than that, these are really good. Obviously, they don't look super bulky. I love that they're small. I love that the battery is good, and I love that the performance is good as well.